don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
Hello there everyone, Tom here again, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the NBK TF Engineering, I have no idea what the name of this thing is. It's engineering, okay. Bottom of the box, side of the box, top of the box, side of the box, back of the box. So yeah, he's a nice little thing. I've already had him out and played with him a little bit here. I think he does just fine for what he is. One thing before we get too far, on the swoop review, I messed up his transformation. One of my viewers was kind enough to remind me that I had done this, and I greatly appreciate that, because I was trying to do it from memory and obviously I did it wrong. Fold up on the back, so if you've watched that review, just be mindful of that. And thank you to that viewer who has not given me permission to give his name on camera, so you know who you are. Thank you. Okay, so let's get this thing open here. And as I said, I've already had it open. Empty box. Okay, so you get the instruction sheet, you get the figure, you get the gun, and you get these things right here, which, okay. They look like little Lego pieces. I'll probably assemble those, you know, say for the final thoughts or something. The instructions are pretty good, all things considered. You get multiple colors. Yeah, it's not all that difficult. One thing I don't like, I have not been able to find a place for the weapon to store in vehicle or combined mode. There may be a place, but I have not found it. So I think that's a flaw. I could be wrong. It's entirely possible. I just don't know what in the world I'm doing, but you know, what do you do? It rolls in this mode quite well. Scoop moves up and down. Yeah, those are supposed to be hooked in there. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, this is a nice little piece. It measures approximately to the top of the scoop here. I'd say it's 7 3/4. The height of it is about 3 1/2. The width of it, I'd say this is probably, these tires here represent the widest part. 3 1/2. Okay. In this mode, you get some paint, some gray paint. It's not really silver, it's gray. Here, 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 these are gray. This is plastic. This is plastic, I'm pretty sure. Tampographed, you know, stuff here and here. Nimble and Brave Knights is what it says on the tires. Okay, I'll take that. We get some translucent here, inside of the scoop. The other side's the same way. We get translucents. It's kind of a greenish color. The back looks like this. Is that paint? It feels like plastic, but I bet you it's paint. I wouldn't swear to it. Little accent right there, right there, right there. Yeah, I mean, all in all, this is not a bad little thing. This thing has more weight than this thing does, but not by a whole lot. As you saw, it came out in truck mode. So I believe this is probably where we should do our size comparisons. So if there was a question about how heavy he was, you just saw him being held in the hand of Metroplex, which if you've watched any of my reviews in the last little bit, you should recognize the fact that my Metroplex's arm is getting really weak. The ratchets are getting ready to go, but he's still able to hold this, so I guess that's something. And here it is next to Nemesis, just to give you a general idea about how actual high he is. Nemesis just kind of, he's up about as high as he'll go, and if you notice, they're about the same height to the tip of his horns. So yeah, okay, let's see here. Why don't we transform this guy? The easiest thing to do would be to put him into leg mode first, so I think I'm going to do that. Unplug this right here and swing it up on this armature. Open these back flaps right here and just kind of get them out of the way. Bring that down. This you kind of need to rotate just a little bit because it won't rotate very well once you get it up here. And then you just kind of push this into place here like this. And it's got the pegs here, so you can see it goes in quite securely when it goes. This piece comes up and it becomes sort of like a kneecap or something. I keep thinking this part opens, but it doesn't. Oh, and you got some little copper here for the lights. Let me see here. To sort the arms out, you unplug them. Come on, Tommy boy, remember how to do this. Let's see here. Rotate them around, pull this out, rotate it around, and pop it in place, pop it in place. This then comes around, and well, I guess we didn't need to do that, did? Yeah, we did. We had to. Alright, so we rotate this down, rotate this around, and we rotate, push this into place, and it just clips in, and then this just locks in the chest there. It's quite secure. And then this comes up and you maneuver, and here we have leg mode. Now in leg mode, if this is fully extended, then it comes up to, you can't see it, comes up to 8 inches. Okay, let's see, what's the widest point? Probably still the wheels, 3.5. Depth-wise, at this point, we're looking at approximately 5 inches. Okay, this part has ankle rotation like this and this. It can even do a little bit forward for an ankle right there if you need it to. Alright. So I think what I'll do right now is size comparisons with this, and honestly I'll show it beside Metroplex and Toy World Devi and that Omega Supreme I've got. Most of us are going to have this in truck mode, or I'm sorry, combined mode. So I thought it was relevant to show it in this mode, especially since it was the easiest to get to from packaging. To get it into robot mode, bring this down, disconnect this right here. Oh, one thing to note, I had to tighten this screw right here. This was very loose, so just be mindful of that if you pick this up. Unhook the arms here and rotate them down. It's got a little ratchet there. Reach in, pull out your fists. Huh, it fell off. Who would have thought? It's alright, it's just a little C-clip. There we go. Pull down your arms. There we go. open this up, pull out your fist as stated previously, reach in here, go ahead and get your head out, and you can see the light piping already. I mean, that's just really good. Come back here, separate the legs, and this has a T-clip right here, almost like a dovetail, so just be mindful of that. The legs are on this hinge system. You pull them all the way down, push them back, and they form together. It's hard to explain. Let's see if I can show this. Alright, so right now the leg is kind of compressed in this general formation, right? You pull it out and it moves at this knee joint, okay? Then you bring it up and forward, and that actually makes it give you the leg the way that you expect. Rotate the foot around here like this, and then rotate your waist. And here is Engineering, I guess is his name. This piece here, just kind of, I mean, you can do things with it, but it doesn't do what you really want it to. At least I haven't been able to figure out how to do it. Now granted, I'm not the end-all be-all when it comes to this stuff, but I mean, it gets out of the way, and as I think I mentioned, he's not going to be in robot mode. He's going to be in a Devastator mode. So, having said that, here he is. Articulation, that moves out of the way. His head can do a full 360. It's on a ball joint. You get, and a hinge, you get that far down. Not really much up. The arms are on a joint. It gives you a full 360 and a hinge out to here. So he can do wee. Okay. Elbow is ratcheted, gets you 90 degrees. There's a this mushroom peg here at the top of the elbow gives you your bicep rotation. There's there's wrist rotation right here if you need it for something, and it's got a little bit of in and out. You saw it do a full 180 with the waist. The legs can most definitely do a full American, and yeah, they're going to be able to do a full Chinese too. Look at that. Okay. Thigh swivel is built into what is undoubtedly a mushroom peg in there somewhere. Knee, you can get more than 90 out of the knee, and the foot is on a ball joint. It'll go that far, rocker, that far, and then it'll go up a little bit, and it'll go back quite a ways. Alright, I think the next thing we need to do is get him positioned here and do some scale comparisons. I think that's what's next. Oh, and he can hold his weapon. Like that. Alright. There's got to be something better to do with this, but honestly I don't know what it is, and it doesn't do the way you want it to. There's got to be something better. There's got to be, without pushing his head forward. Because just sitting back there just doesn't work. Okay. Alright. Hey, you see me struggling with it, you'll have a pretty good idea about what you're dealing with. Did I measure him? I don't think I measured him. To the top here, he's coming in at 7.5. I know it looks like 7 on camera, but it's actually 7.5. Width-wise, shoulder to shoulder is 3.5. Depth-wise, that's going to be hard. Let's say 3.5. Okay. So we'll get him right here, and we will. Here's Swoop in case anybody cares. Okay. And now it's time for scale comparison. MP scale comparison. Oh crap, alpha? Don't do that. Alpha is a pretty good example for an MP scale, and I'll probably need to throw in Nemesis. What do you mean throw me in? Well, Nemesis, it's time for you to earn your pay. So rather than fussing at me, why don't you just get in there and do your scale? I'm not going to get in there with Alpha. You know I hate Alpha. Everyone works for Alpha, you already know that. No, not me. I have a contract. Where do we go from here, folks? I'm going to go get some bagels. Get the hell out. No, wait. Let me go. No! What do you do, folks? Final thoughts wise, this thing is okay. I paid $10 for it from TF Direct. They were having a sale, and so I bought it, and I don't own a Yellow Devastator, so he's going to be transformed up and turned into, as I said, the Yellow Devastator, and I'll put him on the shelf. The plastic quality is pretty good. The engineering on it, I think they've taken, I think this is a rip-off mold of the, which one was it? Generation Toy, I think, was the one this was taken from. I like it. I think it's just fine. I don't really see a big, huge issue here. Maybe I'm missing something. I fully grant that. Wouldn't be the first time I have missed something, and I promise you it won't be the last. So, yeah. Should you buy this? Well, understand that this is most definitely a KO, and it suffers from some of the same problems that KOs suffer from. You know, the joints aren't quite as tight as they probably should be. Well, there's just various different things. The engineering is here. I'm sure they've simplified a few things, but for the most part, I think it's okay. And I'm not sure why, but we do get these little dudes here. So, and I mean, you just saw me put him together, so he's doing fine. Should you buy it? All in all joking aside, yeah, I think it's just fine. I'm going to buy the next two. Now, from TF Direct, those are actually $25 each. So this one may have been the, hey, we'll snag you with this one, so you'll end up having to buy the rest of them one. And if that's the case, it's still okay. I don't, as I've said, own a Yellow Devastator, so I thought it would be neat to have one. So I think I will. Alright, this is Tom. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you on the next review.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Vitamin John. Operators are standing by.